Thank you for clicking this Hayom Yom for the 21st day of Kislev. Learn Mishnah by heart, each person according to his capacity. And then while walking in the street, review Mishnah from memory. You will thereby merit welcoming Mashiach. Chassidim must study Chassidus. All Chassidim on Mondays, Thursdays, and Shabbos. Tmimim, an hour every day. The footnote for Tmimim says, former, in this context, students of Yeshiva Tamchet Tmimim, the Lubavitcher Yeshiva. See the 15th of Elul, which is page 87 in the printed text. Sorry. I never realized what a chesed Hashem did with me when He took my father rather quickly, in a span of about 10 days. Part of saying Kaddish in Lubavitch is you say Mishnayos, and then you say an extra Kaddish Rabbanan after the davening, after each of the three davenings. So we say Perak Chav Dalet of Kelim, and also Perak Zayin of Mikvahs. And in the beginning, I wasn't really into it, and then I never really learned Mishnah. Like I learned Pirkei Avos and a little bit of brachas and whatever. And then I realized that because I was saying it every day, I'd come to memorize it, especially the last section that you say out loud. And I remember seeing this Hayom Yom, and I would walk in the street and I'd say, you know what else am I reviewing? What else am I going over my head right now? What kind of empty thoughts are there? Let me say Mishnayos, and I'll be less neshama my father. So I love Shalom. So I did it. And it's a real thing of Kabbalah's Ol, and it's a real thing that I think makes a very powerful impact on the universe. And it's something, you see people talking to themselves in the street, and you think, maybe he's not well. But with Jews, if they're reviewing Mishnayos in the street, I remember seeing Rabbi Chitrik, Allah Shalom, he was probably like 104 at the time, it was right before he passed away, maybe 103, and he'd walk in the street always moving his lips. And this is something I think in the previous generations was taken for granted that everyone does it. And now that you see it, it's like, it makes an impression. Everyone's like, wow, Rabbi Chitrik is so holy. And Hayom Yom, the previous service, is giving this advice to everyone. And it's something that unfortunately I don't know if we're embarrassed to do, we just kind of make it to Shimon. It's one of those things we trample on our foot. But it purifies the air. It says another place in Hayom Yom that saying Torah out loud purifies the air. And also another place says that when Mashiach comes, the rocks that we walked on, they're going to yell out to God. They're yelling out now even, what idiot, who are you to trample over me if you don't say Torah? What separates you from a horse? And it's worse than a horse because you can say Torah and you don't. The horse can't say Torah. So if you walk and just don't say any Torah, like, who are you to trample on a rock? The rock is on the same level as you. But when you say Torah, then you become elevated above the level of the rock. So then it's okay that you're stepping on the rock. Rocks are apparently more sensitive than we give them credit for. And the second part is very interesting. It says about Chassidim must study Chassidus. Now it says regular Chassidim, all Chassidim on Mondays, Thursdays, and Shabbos. Only 3 days a week of study Chassidus. But Tmimim, former members of this yeshiva, have to learn it every day. So I heard a Talmud explain very nicely once that you would think the other way around, and it's true. A regular person who doesn't have the background of Tamchet Tmimim, he should learn Chassidus every day. He's still connected to Chassidus every day. But it's not their shluchus. Our shluchus is regular people like me who didn't go to the yeshiva. On Mondays, Thursdays, and Shabbos, I should learn Chassidus. But a Tamim who had this education and was brought up with this, and this was his background, he needs to stay connected every single day to the end of Chassidus and to learning Chassidus. And this is something that's counterintuitive, and it's something that I myself, and I think most people would not have come up with on their own. But the previous Rebbe is making a point here, that don't think that if you're a Tamim, you can rest on your laurels. And you can say, I learned, and my whole life I was in yeshiva. I learned Chassidus for many, many hours. I was bunny and I'm very deep in Yanim. Now that I'm out of yeshiva, what connection do I have? No, the previous Rebbe says you have to learn Chassidus every single day if you're a Tamim. And regular Chassidim at least 3 times a week on the same days that I read from the Sefer Torah. Thank you so much, and have a great day.